A friend in the United States had recommended the Clarity Challenge to another friend in the US. She was having a couple of issues with a marital relationship. At this time, the Clarity Challenge was designed for engaged and dating couples to provide clarity for them in terms of 15 critical areas that were flashpoints for crisis for any relationship. The Clarity Challenge is designed in such a way that conversations that you will not try, you won't even want to do that because you don't want to be misunderstood, you don't want to be seen to be too forward, you don't want to be seen to be too demanding or something. So you don't know how your partner is going to, what kind of meaning they're going to read into it. You're not sure what their reactions are going to be, so you are very careful. You are not able to be proactive. You are not able to be upfront with certain conversations because of differences in perspective, because of differences in outlook and understanding and upbringing. A lot of things make certain conversations dreaded. There are depths of conversations about finances that need to hold. There are depths of conversations about sex, about history, about your relationships in the past, about what things have been like and the extent to which they have the potential to impact on decisions and choices going forward. There are incredible questions. You have no idea. I'm talking about 450 questions that are compartmentalized into 30 questions per module. It compels people to begin to hold conversations. Interestingly, these conversations are holding in a platform with consultants and with marriage counselors and mentors listening, reviewing, and making recommendations. It is intense. And so at the time, it was designed just for engaged couples, dating couples. But when this lady, came up with some challenges, I knew it was time to modify and adapt it, to help with people who were married and who got into relationships without sufficient clarity. Because at the end of the day, it is still possible to achieve clarity even after marriage, even though it gets a little bit more tricky and more complicated. And so I created the Clarity Challenge for married couples, but this time it was called the Love Challenge. Your love is worth fighting for. So links were sent to them, and then they were supposed to respond to these questions. Module 1, 30 questions. They were supposed to answer them questions, and then we're going to revert. Now, Module 1 usually focuses on what we call general evaluation and vital signs. So during Module 1, we're able to put the relationship on a balance to define the state of health of the relationship, and then during Module 1, we're able to identify critical ailments, critical diseases, critical situations that are prone to crisis, that have the capacity to mess with the relationship going forward. We were able to identify them and then put them in their proper perspective. So it was just the first model I had sent, and this woman was like, nah, oh my God, I'm supposed to do this challenge before I get married. How in the world did I get married without dealing with these issues, answering these critical questions? And that was it. Because for Module 1, you're going to answer some questions that border on vision. What is the vision statement of your relationship or the family you intend to establish? What is the direction laid out in its plainest, in the plainest possible way? You're going to answer questions that border on your individual core values and then your corporate core value as a family that now provides, establishes, clarifies why you do what you do. In every family, there are family dynamics. And no two families are the same, but for each family, you must clarify a policy direction. What people will do under what circumstances. Questions like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your partner's strengths? What are their weaknesses? Okay, so put their strengths and their weaknesses on one path. Put your strength and your weakness on one part. How does their weakness relate with your strength? And how does your weakness relate with their strength? We ask a whole lot of questions that help you understand why both of you came together and at the extent, and why both of you must stand up to cover in for the other in their strengths or in their weaknesses, because that's what it is. If your strength only exposes your partner's weakness, that strength is useless. The reason you are strong in an area and they are weak in that area is so that your strength covers for their weakness, and it allows for no insecurities. It's so that their own weakness is covered by your strength. If every time you show up it exposes the inadequacies of your partner, then something is wrong. But it's so important that these strengths and weaknesses are identified so you understand why your partner does the things they do, and then it helps you to connect with them and bring the help, the blessedness that God always wanted you to do. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the many things that the Clarity Challenge is designed to do. Whether you're preparing to go into marriage, whether you're already in marriage, trust me, you need profound clarity to take your relationship to the next level. You will find links in this video. Click the link and register. If you register before the month of June is over, then you have very profound discounted rates. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you on the other side.